How's it going, everybody? It's the Shirtless Chef Presents with an episode, along with apparently multiple co-star dogs, of How Will It Cook? So, without further ado, let's roll the title. So today we're going to do veggies and steak. We've got carrots and onions, or carrots and broccoli. I'm so used to doing onions with potatoes. But we're going to do this all on the grill. So I don't really know my way around the grill that well. Sorry, folks. But we're going to do this. Hey, co-stars. Enough. And they quiet down. So, first things first, I figure we want to start with our steak will cook the quickest, so we'll start with our veggies. So, this is just a grill pan with holes in it so you can put veggies on the grill and not worry about them going through. And you're looking at the camera now. But this is a little bit of oil and some herbs. I don't remember offhand which kind. I believe it's Italian herbs. And we're just going to set this on the grill. Set it down right like this. Really, it needs to be on the top rack of this grill instead of the bottom rack. Although I'm afraid if I do that... So, this is kind of over the hot part of the grill, so we're going to get this started. And this is a grill with an extra element. Do that. Okay. Go ahead and put the potatoes on. And we're also going to take our potatoes that have had oil put on them. See if this will actually work. It's just barely going to work. But it's manageable. This is a large grill setup, so I'm having to think about where things are. That I've got potatoes here, carrots and broccoli on this pan. But these two are the things that are going to take the longest time. And I'm going to try and do this in real time, if possible. Or as close to real time as I can get it. So, without further ado, we've just got our veggies and potatoes cooking. That's about all we can do at the moment. So we're back, along with our furry co-stars here. We're just waiting on the grill at this point. The other thing we've got is our marinated steaks. I'm going to just open our container so you all can see that. Let's see if I can actually get the steaks up. Here's our... I am in shadow. Here are our steaks. And there went one of the Bassets. Okay. A little bit better oven mitt. potatoes are starting to get there. Carrots doing. Definitely need to cook a little bit longer. So we'll kind of shut the lid and continue talking. So, if you all have seen me before, you've probably seen me grill with Mikey. But I don't normally grill much on my own. So this is completely different with the steaks. It's not that I don't know how to grill. It's just it's not something that's common for me. So, I should have thought about doing this in January, but it works. There went all the furry co-stars. Down the steps. Sorry about this, folks. It's not going to take us that long to cook and see how these are doing. Our biggest thing is the veggies at this point. Trying to make sure they are completely softened. So, for a completely separate issue, so part of the reason why I cook, and this is a how will it cook, because I've never attempted this, as opposed to how to cook, where I'm pretty much showing you how I would normally cook things. This is more of a how to cook, or how will it cook. But we're going to have some bloopers, we're going to have some fun times, we're going to try and enjoy ourselves. I forget that you all can't see, there's a head that comes through right over here next to the grill. So we've got a deck with our backyard, and we have our dogs in the backyard, and we're up here grilling on the deck. And they're not thrilled with that. So we're just going to kind of check our steaks, or check our veggies, see how they're doing. We're getting grill marks on our carrots. Let's see. Oh yeah. These are getting some good grill marks. So part of what I wanted to try and show is, with CDH, you have to think about how you eat. Not because of something going bad, but because we have dietary restrictions. A lot of us have food allergies and other different intolerances that we have to think about when we cook, so it's not like it's completely simple for us to just cook. Our potatoes are going to take a while. They're starting to blister right now. There go the dogs again. But it's one. I'm not necessarily great at cooking. I actually started these videos because I learned somewhat of my cooking skills from my mother, but most of what you see me do with Japanese food, things like that, is purely things I've researched on the internet. Kind of one of those, I've been watching an anime and, oh, that looks good, wonder how to make it. So this is kind of how all that started. Or that is kind of how all this started. It's unusual, but it works. I'd like to, as we get further into the summer, kind of like what I did this past year with the street food series, I want to try and do some more grilling. I want to do some more unusual foods, unusual attempts. So, our potatoes are starting to look pretty good. Let's see how the rest of our veggies are doing. Those are kind of browning. Turn our broccoli over. And on this we have broccoli and carrots. I think that went a little too long. I'm going to go ahead and take this one off. I'm going to take some of these off because they're starting to heat a little different. And since they're smaller, they're going to cook a lot quicker. So I've got a plate right here. So, how was your all's New Year? My holidays were pretty different and unusual, but everyone's starting to move on with life. It's kind of funny in a way. It's not bad, it's just different. And it's taking some adjusting to. Turn our attention back to our potatoes. My problem with grilling is that I don't have enough patience. I know that sounds weird because you've seen me do 45-minute videos, but I really don't have the patience to stand and grill. I'm also starting to get rather cold. Because it's 40-ish degrees outside. Although it was somewhere around 60 or 70 today, and it was 70 the other day. So it's not that we're just constantly cold. It's January. It's kind of standard January for us. There go the alarms. So that's kind of a ironic joke that my family has about our dogs. Is we don't need to deal with an alarm system. We have a furry version of it. And that's what set them off. But as it stands right now, we're almost done with our veggies. So I'm trying to split my attention between our potatoes and our veggies. And I'm not failing, but I'm not doing great at it. But this is... I wanted this to be raw, unedited, real cooking. You know, I'm not set up in a studio. I'm not doing this in a broadcast style. I'm doing this from my own home. I think we're pretty close to time to get our steaks ready. Turn the heat up slightly just to kind of get our carrots to brown. But everything else is going pretty well. We're about to get our steaks out of our container. They've been marinating a couple of hours, most of the day. I know I have a habit of not necessarily talking to the camera, more or less talking to myself. And I know that can be pretty weird. But those are starting to get pretty well browned. Now, I enjoy grilled carrots. I've had roasted carrots that I wanted to show a couple of weeks ago for a video. That worked out pretty well. I did roasted carrots with maple syrup. And the carrots actually did pretty well with that. Instead of doing sweet potatoes, which are you can see the steam coming off that. It's done well. Now, we're going to get our steaks. Sorry, the heat kind of got to me, folks. We're just going to take our steaks. What kind of steaks are these? Sirloin. These are sirloin steaks. And we're just going to set them right down on the grill. And at this point, I'm just going to leave them heat. Close the lid for a second. And let that cook for a few minutes. And we're looking for an internal temperature of about 160. So that'll take us a couple of minutes. I think we're not far from being done with our potatoes, so
The bottom. Medium rare, 145.
Okay. I misspoke there. We're looking at 145 instead. Trying to see how our potatoes are going to do. Because once I get our potatoes done, okay, they're starting to brown now. I'm trying to get it to where our steak will cook a little bit more evenly. Because right now I've got a pan here that's kind of keeping the lid partially open. So it's more like we're that actually looks pretty good. We're just kind of looking for the potatoes to kind of scorch a little bit, but not too bad. Hi, Milo. Close the lid again. I'm kind of trying to get this pan of potatoes done so that way I can just completely close the lid. And we can fully cook our steaks. It shouldn't take too long. I won't get a chance. I'm going to taste one of our potatoes. They've got a crispy texture outside and a soft inside, so that worked very well. This grill is perfect because it's a little bit cold right now. Outside, not the grill itself. The grill's very warm. I think our potatoes are pretty good. What we're going to do is we're going to get the potatoes out of our pan. I'm not trying to cover that. I'm just trying to make sure our potatoes don't fall off the plate. Then we're going to get our other grill pan off. To make it easier on us in a minute. So we're going to try and flip our steaks here. Oh yeah. Those look pretty good. Now for the other side. just 2 or 3 minutes. And then they'll be done. So, part of why I started doing this series is partially to bring awareness for CDH, but also to raise awareness for those that have health issues and that have to think about what they eat. So, I've been through the ringer. I'm not going to mince words here. 13 different procedures. A lot of different things that I've dealt with in the past. Had a seizure disorder, lived through that. But, as you can tell, I'm still here, folks. It's definitely unusual. Hi, Blue Tick. The dog is jealous. It can smell steak. Not sure how, but it can. Check on our timer for a second. About 2 more minutes to wait on our steak. This is less of a how to cook and more of a how will it cook, because I'm kind of shot in the dark here with the steak. It's not like a lot of times when I do this series of how will it cook, I'm dealing with box meals with instructions. That's not technically cooking, that's just kind of showing you how to prepare something and then doing a taste test of it. That's not perfect, but it works. So I kind of started this channel, kind of started out as a joke. I was talking with the head of our nonprofit, Brenda, and we were discussing shirtless cooking. I think we're pretty close to opening this grill up. We've got another minute. I am going to check the temperature on these just to make sure. So about 134. Apparently. You know what, this is going to be better off if I get them out on a plate. Yes, if I have to move them around, so be it. But I think it's taken some of the heat on the grill. Thank you, Dad. So I kind of have a sous chef / co-star today. That looks like a pretty good steak. Let's see if I can actually get 146. So that is one medium rare steak. Let's check our other one. Looks like our steaks are pretty much done. It says 117, so I may put it back on the grill for maybe another 30 seconds or so, and I'll close the lid. But this one's still at 136, and it was right at 140 when I pulled it off. It's kind of cold right now, so it's pretty much going to lose heat immediately. But I'll probably just let it go another roughly minute. Not very long. But other than that, we're pretty much done, other than plating up. Plus some interesting grill marks. It looks like that's pretty much done. We're going to temp it again just to make sure. This is going up so slow, I'm kind of concerned if it's pulling heat off the grill or the heat off the steak. I end up getting a knife just to see if the steak's really as well cooked as it looks, but otherwise, that pretty much concludes our how will it cook grilling edition. I'll leave the grill on for another minute or two just to make sure that our steak is properly cooked. I'm no grill master. I'm I kind of have only a slight idea as to what I'm doing. Cut into the smaller one. They both look good. There's some meat and there's ring around it, so it looks good. This has been an episode of How Will It Cook? Grilling Edition. So, for the CD Warrior, I'm the Shirtless Chef. Have a great day. See you next time.